Okay, so I'm going to be covering the update. I covered basically what they're going to be changing yesterday. Today I'm going to be covering how it affects the market and kind of what I'm expecting to change. With Aura Pack being re-added, that means every pack is up for grabs as far as being re-added. So Enigma is going to tank from 18 mil to realistically 1 mil. So anyone that's stockpiled Enigma is going to get absolutely screwed next update. If you have Oblivion, you might as well sell it off too because it's not unreasonable for them to re-add Amethyst, Gemblade, and Olympus because Amethyst is stupidly inflated also. So realistically, all of those are going to come back. Ranked, we expect to have a new season reward pack. So Diamond, Aegis, and Champ should never be re-added. There's only two items that won't be, so the value for these should skyrocket. If you've already invested into these two, a lot of people are going to be hungry for these. So you're sitting on very good items right now, and I'm probably going to be looking to get into Champ or Aegis myself. But as well as since Enigma is going to be going down, Divine will be next. So after people understand that the economy is going to be changing, Divine is probably going to dip during Enigma, as well as everyone's going to be selling off a ton of things to stockpile Enigmas to sell off, and a lot of people are going to want Enigma S grade. So while there's going to be a ton of supply, there's going to be a ton of demand too. So we'll see how Enigma is going to be the test to watch. It's at 18 mil before the 15 to 18 mil before the update. Here, let me show the last week graph. So it's 13 mil level. It's sold at 18 mil a bunch, 15 mil just as like a example. So when we're weeks down the road after the update, everyone knows what it looked like before. But it's gonna be weird because you basically need to buy into packs that are current and then resell them after they're removed. So our ideal focus is going to be you buy into Rainbow and Solo now, then you're going to resell Rainbow and Solo after a rotation or two, and every rotation every other rotation realistically you're going to want to sell your items. Or let's say you want Divine S grade when it comes back, you should be selling off or you should be stockpiling Solo and stockpile Wrathblade, stockpile Rainbow Chaos. And if you stockpile enough of it and they re-release the old packs at the old prices and old rates, so Divine would be about 300 Robux and also have a 5% mythic chance. As long as they don't change the rates and they don't change the price of the packs when they're re-added, then we know exactly how the economy is going to work. It's just going to be a buy packs when they're current, when they're removed and they've had enough time to climb, then you're going to resell them. The issue is a lot of people that have played Warframe know exactly what we're doing here. It's the exact same economy, basically, as far as buying and reselling prime parts. But we don't know if there's going to be new packs still being added or if they're just going to start recycling the old content. Because if they never add new packs, then it's going to be a little bit weird. They kind of need to keep adding new stuff while they're re-adding the old things. And if they make Aura Pack and Oblivion Pack very limited time events, then the demand is gonna, or sorry, the price isn't gonna tank super horribly on Enigma. But if they re-add Enigma for like a month or two, it's gonna be pretty bad. It's gonna go down to probably 800k to I'd say 2 mil if it's out long enough. But when they first add Aura Pack back, if you want to make a ton of money, you could buy it day one and then start selling. Now, I don't think it's safe, but let's say they re-added Aura on the 17th, like they're planning to, then you come in and sell your Enigma for 5 mil. Well, if someone doesn't know that it's being updated, there's a decent chance you could spend, it would be $60 of Robux to get an Enigma on average if it's the same rate. So you'd be spending $60 and you'd be getting 5 mil out, which is better than this. Obviously, for the people that do the cross trading black market stuff, that's different, but I don't recommend getting into that. It's very sketchy. The people are Like a lot of people have been hacked, and you will get banned if you do it. So, well, you may, I don't know. I don't really know that much about it. From what I know, you risk getting banned or having your stuff stolen and your account compromised. I know at least 2 or 3 people that have lost everything in their inventory, and I know 2 people that have been hacked and had their account compromised. So I would recommend avoiding everything related to that. Just play it normally. It's not worth it. If you want to spend Robux on packs, sure, but I also heard as a side note that they might be changing Gem Toki to 500k gems, so he won't be a Robux champion anymore. I don't know if that's confirmed, but there's a chance that that changes. But as far as my predictions go, if you want to get every S grade in the game, realistically, you'd want to, like, you want to wait to see if Aura comes out and Oblivion comes out and it releases the way we expect it to. If the gem rate is higher per pack for, like, Inferno when it comes back, so it was 4,000 for Inferno pack when it was current. If it's 8,000 for Inferno when it's current when it comes back, then it's gonna mess up the strategy a lot. So I don't I hope they don't change the rates because they really shouldn't, but there's a chance that they do. If they keep the rates the same and the price the same of Inferno, then we would expect Blaze, Tri-Heat, and Inferno Sword all drop to around 300k. Blaze would be about 500k. Again, minus inflation, so inflation will make it a little bit higher, but probably within 100, 200k of what I've said. Enigma will probably be 1 or 2 mil, and then Amethyst was 750k roughly current. I think 500k was the lowest current. So I would guess Amethyst would be maybe 1.2, 1.5 tops if it's out for like 2, 3 months. So again, if you have these items that are risking coming back, which is Oblivion, Aura, and then to some extent you'd be worried about Divine and Inferno. If you have Cyber Pack items like Cyber Enigma, it should be long enough that you're safe. But if you have Divine, Aura, Oblivion, or Inferno items that you want to sell, you should consider selling them. I would say if you have Divine, wait till a few days before the update, then sell it for maybe 25, 30 mil, or if it's higher than that, maybe 3 or 5 mil above whatever market is. Sell it on around the 10th before the update comes out and gives you enough time to actually sell it. Then you can buy you could buy like 25 hopefully Enigmas, and you could gamble to S grade if you wanted to do that. I wouldn't recommend it. You could also just stockpile it as your investment, and that gets you started on cycling. If Divine Shadow is your favorite item, obviously don't do it. As far as items go, I'm going to be selling my Divine probably, but I love my Tri-Heat. I'm not selling my Tri-Heat. If I get 90 mil, or not, sorry, not 90 mil, I'm selling it for 100 mil. If someone's willing to buy it for 100 mil, I'll sell it, but I love the item. I don't really plan on selling it. If it never sells, I'm fine with it. But so Aura's going to be coming back, which changes everything. The whole gatekeeping of S grades and everyone not wanting to sell off their Divine and Enigma and thinking that infinitely holding it's going to be a good strategy, like I talked about in the gem inflation video, has changed completely if this goes in. So, to some extent, that video is irrelevant if they do this change the way that they say they're going to. Now, everything is still inflating if you look at the market. The only things that aren't going up are like Champ is kind of stable. It's not really, I mean, it doesn't look that stable, sure. And then Age is kind of leveled out. But stuff like Amethyst is still climbing super hard. People aren't panic selling that yet, which I think if you have an Amethyst, I'd probably start considering selling it, because if Amethyst comes back, if they bring Oblivion pack back with Aura, which they should, is my opinion, because it wouldn't make sense for them to bring Enigma back, have Enigma dip to like 1 mil, and then Amethyst is just the rarest sword. That doesn't make sense. Same, like, they're not going to bring Enigma, Divine, and Cyber Enigma back and have Amethyst just be more expensive than everything. That would just be weird. So, we'll see. but they're probably going to be bringing this back. So if you have Enigma, Amethyst, Gemblade, or Olympus Sword, you should be selling relatively soon before the update comes out. And if I'm wrong, there's a chance you lose a little bit, obviously, but just just think about it. I'm not going to say it's a definite they're bringing it back, but from what I heard, if I had an Enigma right now, I would be looking to sell it. If you can get 18 mil out of it, especially, if you can get 15 mil out of it, I'd probably still sell it. If it's like 13 mil is the only offers you're getting, I would probably be iffy on selling it. But the issue is, if it does re-release, Enigma is going to die as far as an item goes. So you're going to lose a ton of your investment. So I'd try to trade maybe Enigma for Champ or something. Or what is that? Sorry. If you have two Enigmas, I'd try to trade for an Aegis with ads to preserve value, as an example, because if this comes back, it's just very unsure of what's going to happen to it. So I'd get this into something else that's going to be stable, and then you can get back into it. Obviously, if this is your favorite item, don't sell it. Just eat the... You're just going to have to eat the loss. Same, if they bring Inferno back a lot quicker than I expect, I'll just eat the loss on S-Tri Heat coming back and being available again. I don't care that much personally. But that's basically what's going to happen. The thing is, if they add the S-grade idols to base mythics, then S-grades become nearly irrelevant if the perks aren't good enough. So S-grades are going to have much lower demand. Single items are going to have much higher demand. And with them re-releasing packs regularly, I would guess that the cycles are either going to be relatively quick, or they just do the exact same cycle again. So it would be Aura's in the game for maybe 2 months, then it's Divine for like a month and a half. Or it was something like that. Aura was out for quite a while, Divine was out for a shorter time, Cyber was out for a very long time, then Craft and Rose was a very short time, and then Rainbow and Solo was like the longest pack. I just took a break during it, so it wasn't that bad for me. But from what I've heard, pure gems are going to be the main way that, like, the main value in this. Because if you buy into Rainbow right now, after everything's cycled once, like everything's came back once, Rainbow is going to be pretty expensive. So let's say all the current packs before Rainbow and Solo come out and are re-released, Rainbow Chaos will be the most expensive item. So there's going to be some level of, buy things when they're current, hold them till they're really rare and people really want them, sell them off, and then you're good. And as far as making income goes, you can use AFK Aura when you're offline, and when you're online, if they change Gem Toki to a 500k Robux cost, then it's not investing Robux anymore. So it's an option as far as grinding goes. And with every item being a lot cheaper because they're re-releasing it, Gem Toki becomes more useful again. Same, if you want to build up to S grades, so let's say you want S Divine Shadow when it comes back out, you can probably build that. You might have to play a lot more than you normally would. But if you hard farm Gem Toki, you invest in items that are... So let's say you buy a little bit of Rainbow Chaos and Wrathblade now, you buy a few Enigmas and like Dragon Hearts and stuff when it's current. Let's say you buy some Amethysts, Gemblades, and Olympus. By the time Divine comes out, you could sell all of that off, which is selling it a little short, but it should raise a bit and at least maintain value after it's removed. You'd buy up all the S Divine or all the Divine Shadows you need to make an S grade, and then you just be good. You're set. Now, we don't know if the S-grade perks are going to be worth it, and if they have the same S-grade perk on all items, then all you'd want to do is get a S-grade Cursed Spirit Blade or Warforged, because it's cheap, and then just sit with that. You don't need an S-grade. But if they have unique perks and you really want a specific perk, you should be working to build to where you're taking advantage of how the cycles will work. You buy things when they're current, then you sell them when they're removed, and then you just keep cycling it. You could even make it as simple as, let's say you wanted Divines. You would sell off all of your stuff. You'd buy Divines when they come back to the game. and then when they've been removed for a while, you'd sell them off before they come back, and then you'd just be flipping them and trying to always increase the amount of that one item you care about you have. I will say that's very, you're putting all your eggs in one basket, so it's sketchy. The same way that all the people that bought into Enigma and are hoarding it right now should be pretty scared about their inventory like being murdered by the update. So, but I think that pretty much covers it. Just pure gems are going to be king. If you want S grades, then it's going to be very easy. We also don't know what the values are going to look like. So, if you have S grade mythics that you don't like and you're just holding them for value, you might want to consider selling them because if they nuke Enigma and they nuke Divine, the whole market's going to be worth a lot less. So having all of your pure gems out in an inflated market will benefit you. So I'm not telling you to sell everything, but you want to start thinking about what your plan is. And if I tell you what my plan is and like the one plan to do, everyone's going to do it and then it's not going to work very well. And I don't have really a plan yet. I'm just telling you what I know. So, but yeah, I hope it helps. There's going to be a weird change in the market, and it's going to be hard to know exactly what we need to be doing because we haven't done this before. It isn't just a like constantly inflating market where everything's going to the moon. So it's going to require a bit more thought, and it's going to be more about, did you pick the right rotation to invest in, and then when do you sell your rotation that you bought into, and if the ranked rewards will hold their value. If ranked rewards end up being the best, I wouldn't be surprised. Something like Champ Scythe is possible to stay at 34, 30, 35, 40 mil while the whole market tanks. So let's say Divines are worth like 5 mil, Enigmas are worth maybe 3 mil, and then Champ is just here existing at like 40. There's a chance because this is going to get really rare and a lot more people are going to want to get into ranked items, especially if when the ranked season comes out, they don't re-release. Because if Season 2 doesn't bring back Champ and Aegis, they probably will never come back. But the thing is, we thought Divine and Enigma and all that would never come back, and they are going to, off what I've been hearing. So, again, we'll see. But I hope it helps. If there's any questions, leave it a comment down below. If you liked the video, then leave a like, and if you want to sub, I'd appreciate it. So, have a good one. See ya.